to take a much closer look.
So I spent 5 years here, mapping every stone to scale. This was my office, and I would take my breaks here and have a stale cheese sandwich and a cup of Nescafe.
Lehner's mapping gave him an intimate knowledge of the Sphinx, its stone, and the Giza Plateau. To begin with, the Sphinx is made of limestone. Close inspection of the limestone reveals how it was formed.
You see a pattern that looks kind of like a brain coral, or almost like a sponge. All the limestone at Giza, including the body of the Sphinx, was once the floor of a sea. It was a seabed. So you have frozen into the stone various elements of seafloor life.
Millions of years ago, the Giza Plateau was underwater. Sea creatures and plants died, falling to the bottom. Over time, their remains were compressed to form limestone. But not all limestone is created equal. Some limestone is formed from the soft sea bottom, and some from hard coral reefs. Together, they form a kind of layer cake of hard and soft limestone.
The Sphinx is composed out of several different limestone layers. So it's as though you carved the Sphinx out of a layer cake. And there are gooey layers of soft frosting. And then there are intervening harder layers.
The harder layers of rock have held up better than the softer layers. Today, it looks a lot different from when it was first built. Its original smooth surface has been eaten away by over 4,000 years of wind, water, and sand.
Here on the right side of the Sphinx chest, we can see how weathering has put the softer layers into deep recesses while the harder layers protrude.
To Lehner, this weathering pattern is another important clue as to how the Sphinx was built. Recent restorations obscure this pattern, but photographs from the 1920s clearly show it. On both the body of the Sphinx and on the side of what is known as the Sphinx ditch. The pattern acts like a fingerprint, and when Lehner compares the Sphinx's body with the side of the Sphinx ditch, it's a perfect match.
We are certain that these are the same layers of natural rock that form the south side of the Sphinx ditch.
Lehner identifies more of that rock directly in front of the Sphinx's paws, in the ruins of a building known as the Sphinx Temple. There, on the huge stone blocks that were once the walls of the Sphinx Temple, he discovers those same familiar layers of hard and soft stone that he finds on the Sphinx.
Because you can see that the layers runs continuously.